Hello, you beautiful, beautiful beings. I'm here for another collective oracle reading. And this one happens to be on another Obsidian blade energetic overtone day here in the Mayan calendar. So I'm actually I'm tuning into that and seeing how it's very interesting that I've been called to do the reading today. I've been wanting to record another reading for days. Something or another would prevent me from that. And I'm trusting that the energy of Tijax, or the beautiful obsidian blade, the mirror, black obsidian mirror, energy of today will bring through the messages that you actually need to hear, clear, direct, sharp transmissions from all of your guides, all of my guides, my counsel, your counsel, Lago Atitlan, the beautiful Mayan lands where I am recording from, Lake Atitlan. And just really honored to be here with you, really honored that you're here, really, really grateful that you feel drawn to connect to your magic, because these transmissions, that's what they are. It's my magic, it's your magic, it's the magic in the air, the energies moving in and out of our world from above and below, in all of the realms, and then you get to decipher them, take what's yours, and run with it. So let's get into the first card. We got this beautiful card again, just like we did last Tijax, called the Mystical Shaman. So right off the bat, this feels like a continuation of the previous recording. The previous Cacao and Oracle for the collective was on Tijax 20 days ago, because in the Mayan calendar, every 20 days you have the same NAGUAL, the same carrier energy, the same archetype. So I'm not surprised that the Mystical Shaman came out again. Now, last time, and if you want to check out that video, go ahead, stop this video, check out that one, and then come back for this one. But what I'm feeling, what I'm tuning into is that a lot of us are actually reaching for shamanic guidance, for shamanic connections, presence, both within and also outside of us. It's really, really prevalent in the Americas that there are shamans abound. They are in surplus. They're around, Now, what level of shaman it is, that varies from person to person, region to region. Also, it depends on what type of shamanic energy you're even wanting to connect with. Are you wanting to connect with shamans that work with the land? Are you wanting to connect with shamans that work with timelines, with really tapping into the Mayan energy of the spiral, the caracol, the shell, the conch, where there's this sense of timelessness. So there's a lot of shamans that the way they work is actually very much in that spiraling energy. You might connect with them once and then never see them again, and it seems that they've actually spiraled out of your life, or you've spiraled out of their life. But then, unbeknownst to you, another time in your life you'll actually spiral back to either a remembrance of a piece that you didn't quite understand from that shaman the first time around, or you'll actually spiral back to make deeper connections on the first encounter, the first teachings, the first exchange with these shamans. And I'm going to include the plants in here. I'm going to include the master plants. It feels like it's relevant. It feels like even your relationship with a sacred plant medicine, whether it be the divine masculine cactus energy of Wachuma, some people know it as San Pedro, whether it be the rose, master plant, master teacher, the rosa, or whether it be something like ayahuasca or sacred mushrooms or sacred cacao, which I have in this cup here. Some of you are actually evolving in your relationship with these teachers, with these master teachers and shamans. And what's interesting is that it's been a long time coming. It's like the invitation for you here and now is to get clear and get very, very sharp messages about choosing maybe one or two shamans to continue with, one or two teachers, one or two plants, one or two lineages perhaps. So for some of you, you've been spreading yourself thin. You've actually been kind of flirting, dabbling, diving into this range of different practices, modalities, plant work, medicine work, and it's not serving you anymore. It's not serving you to have your hand or your heart in so many places. And what I feel the plants and the shamans of your lands, the shamans of your heart, the true ones, I feel like what they're really inviting you into is clarity. And with the mirror energy, and today actually being the energy of 2, Tijax. So that energy of 2, and for whatever reason that number 2 came up about choosing maybe 2 to continue your work with or to continue to deepen with. I really trust that. I really trust that there's a reason that that number came up. Don't forget we're also in 2022. That's a lot of 2s. There's a reason, right? Narrow your energy, focus it, channel it, and it will be that much more powerful. It will be that much more blessed. Let's check in and tune in to the energy of the staff. And I feel like the energy of the staff for me always reminds me of like this passing down of wisdom, this passing down of memories, practices, beyond modalities. It's like a wealth, it's like a library of wisdom, tradition, culture, experiences from the heavens, and then with the staff touching the earth, it goes all the way into this planet, goes all the way into Mother Earth. So it affects all realms. It affects above, it affects this realm here, where you get to wield the staff, hold the staff, walk with the staff. And it also affects the inner realms, the underworld, with that bottom part of the staff connecting to Mother Earth. And in this particular card, we have some energy of the ram. We have the energy, I believe it's a ram. It feels like a ram. A horned animal, let's say a horned animal. So it's got a bit more of a masculine tone to it. Definitely feel like my initial inclination was that this is the passing down of a divine masculine lineage energy. So this could be like a grandfather energy. This could be like a great grandfather or a father or just a very important masculine figure in your lineage, in your timeline. It could be somebody that was a chief. You know, the chiefs are known for carrying staffs. Important people, important leaders carry this, again, like this energy of when I'm holding the staff, people listen. When I walk on the earth and my staff hits the ground, people listen. The land feels me, the spirits feel me. And and I make myself known that way. So I feel like for some of you, you're connecting to this body of information, you're connecting to these beautiful remembrances of a lineage that only you know, that only you are either continuing or beginning to unlock, but again, has to do with a masculine figure, has to do with a divine masculine ancestor, and perhaps a leader. You know, somebody that other people looked up to, somebody that other people trusted and loved. That's the energy that you're working with. And those are the only 2 shaman cards that I was called to pick, so we're going to actually flow into the dragon energy. It's been a dragon-filled day. I've connected with Cacao in the morning and then felt called to connect with Cacao again in the afternoon. Some of you know that Cacao for me is a dragon spirit, it's a dragon essence, not necessarily masculine or feminine. It actually has a beautiful balance of both energies. For me, the way I experience this beautiful medicine. So let's get into the dragon cards. First card that came out, Legacy. The Dragon of Legacy. And the other message on this card says persistence. So again, it's another very masculine, this is a very masculine reading. I'm not feeling hardly any feminine tones per se. Let's see, there's one more card I'm going to pick and see if there's any feminine flow, but if not, you know what, let's go with the masculine. The divine masculine wants to speak clearly, wants to be seen through the obsidian mirror. This legacy card, constellation of Lyra. So every one of these star dragon cards is connected with a specific star constellation. This one happens to be Lyra. So for those of you that feel a connection to Lyran energy, to big cats, to a world that may feel so much like home, but it actually is no longer here. It's been destroyed. It's been taken away from you. All the more reason for you to be here in this realm, wanting to create legacy, wanting to honor what you know. Funny, he's carrying a staff as well in this image. Man in the image, standing in between 2 pillars, 2 kind of half-destroyed pillars. Perhaps this is, again, that energy of a destroyed world, a world in ruins, a place in ruins. But again, a place that is dear to you, a place that is close to your heart, a place that feels like it was once home. He's carrying a staff, and this beautiful staff is pointing upwards, but of course it's also grounded into the land. So another masculine in this image. I'm really feeling like it's time for you to take up your staff. It's time for you, if you're a female, to really connect, to really heal, to really love the aspects of you that are masculine. And in that same breath, to really love and honor the masculines that have come before you, that have paved the way. The masculines in your lineage that have left hints, that have left little gifts, little treasures. Perhaps they've even left them with the dragons to hold them safe for you. Messages, gifts, initiations. And now is the time for you to ask for them. To ask for them from the dragons or whatever guides you feel called to ask. Maybe the obsidian stone. Maybe it's time to ask to really spend some time with black obsidian, to use it as a portal, energy to connect with divine masculine lineage, divine masculine teachers, guides, and shamans that you're connected to. Next card that came out in the dragon deck is destruction. Releasing your anger. Releasing your anger, releasing your anger. Interesting, on the day of 2 Tijax, again, the blade, the cutting energy, the truth energy, it's time for you to face the truth that some of you are still fucking fed up, are still fucking angry and fired up inside of you about loss, about losing people, places, things that are dear to you, paths that you thought were for you, but especially home. Losing home, going back to that Lyran energy. And this destruction dragon, releasing your anger, happens to be the constellation of Orion. Now, some of you may know Orion energy tends to be known in galactic history as some serious wars, some serious destruction, that involved so much of the galaxy. Some people say the Star Wars franchise was modeled after the Orion Wars. So in general, only take what is for you. In general, it is this energy of war. It is this energy of battle. Going into battle with your obsidian blade, perhaps in meditation, not in the physical. Not like you're about to beat somebody up and unleash all of your wrath on Gaia, the planet, your neighbor, your husband, your wife, your kids, whoever. No. In meditation, journey yourself. Journey yourself to a place where you can use, again, obsidian as a portal. And you ask to be reflected, to be shown, to be guided, to remember where in your body you still hold anger, where in your spirit and your soul you still hold resentment, anger, and grief from great loss. And moving through that meditation, also calling upon, so there's an angel behind, a winged, beautiful, strong, galactic being, kind of overseeing what's going on. And interestingly enough, I was connecting to this Archangel Michael energy, because Archangel Michael is the archangel that is known for holding the blade, the sword of truth. It all comes back to that obsidian blade, the sword, the blade, the cutting, getting down to the truth. No more bypassing. No more brushing it under the rug to deal with it later. Journey yourself and deal with it now. Deal with it now. Where is that anger in your body? When I say that right now, you must feel something somewhere. And you can trust that where you feel it in your body is a signal of what needs to move, of what needs to be acknowledged, and then shifted, transformed, transmuted, released, given back to the earth. Given back to the earth. Because you can be a different type of warrior in this life. You don't have to battle for your home. This planet is not going anywhere. You're more likely to have to possibly, potentially battle for your truth, to battle, in some cases, to be seen, to be visible. In other cases, to be recognized in the divine timing as this powerful lineage holder that you are, this shaman, initiated divine being. I'm not gonna say we're all there yet. That's for you to tune into your heart. That's for you to talk to your guides and ask them. And you'll know how much work you've done. You'll know whether you're already in this caliber. And it's not going to be everyone. Sorry to burst some of your bubbles, but there's a lot of work to be done still. Get excited. Now's the time for that. Last dragon card, dominance. Believing in yourself. So this is the first card that actually has a beautiful feminine energy here. Really, really powerful frequency. She is sitting on the claw, one of the claws of the dragon. And the other claw is in full midair, like just showing its power. Its power to wield its energy. It's almost like it's about to grasp something, because that's kind of what the energy of dominance is, right? It's like if you want something, you go for it, you dominate. And I think in this particular reading, with all the other energies that we've seen, he's got fire in his mouth. He's got, it even looks like lava like fuming in his mouth. And a lot of red energy, a lot of this fire power, dominant. Again, maybe Aryan energy, maybe connected to Aries or the god of war, or Mars, or Orion with this other card here, also fiery, fire-breathing dragon. But this dragon of dominance, believing in yourself, because all the fire is kind of stuck in his mouth, or maybe deliberately being kept in his mouth. I think for you, what's important is to tune into kind of like that energy of being recognized and being, followed, have a following, have people that seek you out. Can you still believe in yourself? Believe in your lineage, believe in your power, in your gifts, in your origin, in your initiations that are either to come or that you've already been through. Also important to remember, the initiations never end. So layers and layers and levels and octaves of being initiated into your path. But this dominance, believing in yourself, dragon energy, to me, it's a little bit more of that heart power. Pass the test of holding that fire in your heart, being okay with not being visible yet, not having 100 million followers, not having 50, 200, 500 likes. Still believing in your worth, still showing up like ready to grab life like this dragon, right? Because a lot of people wait for the validation before they do the offerings or the work, or share the truths, share that obsidian blade cutting truth. You wait for the validation, you wait for it to feel like you have an audience to deliver the message to. And I'm here to tell you from personal experience, I've been making videos since 5 people were watching my videos. Less sometimes. Post a YouTube video, give all my love, pour so much energy into it, hope they would reach the right people in the right time. But at the same time, I wouldn't be attached to who and how many people were actually going to see it. I'd have my moments where I'd be frustrated and I'd be like, I want the message to reach people, more people. But in the end, the feedback is never what made me believe in myself. Feedback came later. Reflections, mirror reflections of how I was serving, of how people were receiving from me, came much later. Early on, I was still just creating for the sake of getting the message out there, sharing the truth, being the mirror, cutting through all the bullshit. We're going to go to picking a life card. Obviously, I tuned into the collective, shuffled these around, and then delivered the transmission in a flowy state. But I'd love to tap into the energy of all of you that have gotten this far in the video. Those of you that really want to see this all the way through and receive the messages that are for you. Just tune into your heart space. This is a special message because not everyone makes it to this part of the video. I want you to connect with all of the energies I've already mentioned, the energy of the divine masculine guide or leader or ancestor that you have, that you're connected to. Through your heart space, connect to that divine, dominant dragon energy, the dragon that believes in themselves. They're fired up in the heart and they believe. Also the dragon of legacy. Do you want to have 100 million followers now, but then 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, nobody will remember you? There won't be a legacy. Social media is short-lived. It's maybe even like a passing fad in our timeline. So really connect to your heart and see if you can connect to the energy of legacy. What could you actually embody or create in this life that would mean that, when you're long gone, when you're already crossed over, it's kind of that shaman energy that passes on the wisdom to the next generation because they know death is imminent. They're not going to be around forever. So they leave a legacy, tapping into that energy of what do you want to leave behind one day? Would you love to have students who still, speak your name and maybe invoke you in ceremony and honor you? Or family members, maybe children and grandchildren that invoke you as their ancestor, their wise ancestor. And now that you've tuned into your heart, just be receptive. Be receptive for one final message from the Crystal Skull Oracle, Wisdom of the Crystal Skull. These are very, very powerful, multi-dimensional frequency transmissions. This whole video is sharing, and helping to expand your field of consciousness, the possibilities. Okay, final message. The universe has your back. Simple. Couldn't get any more simple than that. The universe has your back. You are so supported to go on this journey of truth, to find out more and more about your path, about your purpose here, to connect to your guides, to connect to your specific guides that are working with you right now. And for those of you that are tuning in to the second Tijax video, some of you, Obsidian is one of your guides, is one of your allies, Black Obsidian. And also Cacao for some of you. It's the serpents, it's the dragons of Cacao that are showing up as support, to honor you, to honor the ever unfolding, ever spiraling path on this planet. To really, in Spanish we say animar, like, animate isn't the right word, but like, to really push you, to really give you the confidence. Remind you that you're supported, remind you that you are not alone on this journey. By no means are you alone. The universe has your back. Not just the earth, not just your ancestors, not just the crystals, not just the cacao. The universe has your back. You are ready. You are ready to step into bottom of the deck self-love, deeper self-love. Going back to that, believing in yourself. Self-love and self-belief go beautifully together. So really believing in yourself, believing in your worthiness, loving yourself enough to live the life of your dreams. To live a life where you attack. Today is more of an energy, again, a very masculine energy. And even I don't feel a very masculine energy kind of carrying the whole reading. There's not too much about like flow, and it's very masculine in tone today. And I love that. And even so, it came through me very softly, like sharp, but not brutal, not cutting, not like a dagger that goes straight to your heart. The image, sorry. like sharp and true, but also gentle. So maybe I'm that divine feminine balance in this reading today, because we always have all of the energies present. Even if we don't realize it, they are always all here. That is the beauty of the energy of two. First of all, that balanced dance of divine masculine and divine feminine. Also, just really want to honor the Trinity that I always work with, that energy of three. Divine Mother, Divine Father, and Divine Child. Child lives inside of all of us, and also wants to speak out to tell you, go after your dreams. Go after your dream life. You're fucking worth it. Believe in yourself. I love you. Blessings, I was gonna say, from Avalon. I'm not surprised though. I have Avalon water and Atitlan water here on the altar. So also want to honor all of the beautiful frequencies that were here. Sending you so much love. If you enjoyed this video, share it. You could subscribe or like. You can send a donation if it feels aligned. And of course, you can book a one-on-one, powerful, multi-dimensional healing activation cacao and oracle session with me. I'll leave all of the information in the description box. So, blessing you.